This is the project we're going to be making today. It is a cute little Gable box that you see. It has a little opening on each side. It's a nice square box. It actually fits a mini lotion from Bath & Body Works perfectly. I wanted to come up with a project that could fit these lotions because I don't know if anyone else is like me, but I kind of hoard and I'm obsessed with buying Bath & Body Works products, especially when they have their annual sale. And then a lot of times whenever they come out with a new scent, they'll have these cute little mini bottles on sale for just $1. So I can't resist buying a bunch of them. So I end up having tons of these little bottles that I never use myself. So I thought, let me come up with a project where I can quickly drop one of these little lotions in to give as a quick gift whenever I need to grab something really fast to give to someone. So I thought this would be a cute little way to give one of these little mini bottles from Bath & Body Works. Okay. So for the one we're going to be making today, we're going to be using Blushing Bride cardstock, and you're going to want to cut your cardstock at 6 3/4 by 8 inches. And you will need to get your scoring tool out. Let me grab that. Okay. You're going to want to place your cardstock with the 6 3/4 side at the top, with the 8-inch side going along the side here. So 6 3/4 at the top. You get your score tool. Let me make sure you guys can see this in the camera. All right, and you're going to want to score at 2 inches, at 3 1/4 inch, at 5 1/4, and then at 6 1/2. Then you're going to want to turn your paper to the side so that the 8-inch side is going along the top. And then you're going to want to score at 2 inches and then at 6 1/2. And then that's all the scoring. So you can put your score tool away. Dropping things there in the background. Okay, so now that you have your paper scored, you're going to want to go ahead and fold and burnish all of your score lines. So get out your bone folder. Okay, now you're going to need to cut some pieces out and also cut up the score lines. So the bottom of the box is going to be down here. So this is the side. You'll see it's a little thicker than the top. And then the first piece you're going to want to cut out is this small square. So the smallest square here. So you just want to cut that completely out. And then for the rest of the score lines, you just want to cut up along till you get to the first score line here. So you're just cutting your flaps for the bottom of the box. And once you cut all these score lines, for the pieces that are the 2-inch wide pieces, you're going to want to cut about half off for each of those. So these you want to leave intact, but for these 2-inch, you want to cut off about half. Okay? And that's it for the bottom. So for the top pieces, what you're going to want to cut out is you're going to want to cut these 2 first squares. So this little square and then the next square. Just you want to cut that out completely. And then you want to go ahead and cut up your score lines. And then this little square here, you're going to remove that as well. All right, and then you should be left with a piece of paper that looks like this. Okay. So now we will need to apply some adhesive on this tab. So flip it around. You're going to want to apply your adhesive right here. So I'm going to use Fast Fuse. And let me make sure that it is lined up here ready to go. With Fast Fuse, you do want to kind of run it down. And then I hear a lot of people say do a check mark. But sometimes if you pull and do a check mark, you have a tendency to pull the adhesive with you. So the best way to do it is just run it down and move it to the side. Just kind of snip it off. Now I got a little bit out of control here and got some adhesive on my paper. So I'm just going to rub that off so my project doesn't stick to that. Okay. Now to when I put my boxes together, I've seen people in other videos, they try to put it together in the air, and I just find that that's difficult. So I always lay my project down and line it up flat on a surface, and I always seem to get very straight lines that way, and the box just seems to come together easier. Okay, and so there's the box. So now we just need to close up the bottom. So what you'll want to do is you're just going to fold in these two long flaps, and you need to figure out the back of the box. And what I always consider the back of the box is where this other seam is. So the front, there's no seams along here, but see in the back, this is where we connected our paper. So this is going to be the front. So you're going to want the front flap to be the one with the adhesive that folds down, so that all the kind of pieces that you could see connecting are all facing the back of the box. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my mind. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit more Fast Fuse on this flap, and then you just fold it in. Now that is essentially your box. And you'll see that the lotion fits in there perfectly. But for right now, let's finish decorating the box before we actually put the lotion in there. So to decorate the box, you're going to need 2 pieces of designer series paper, and these are cut at 4 1/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. I like when I layer DSP on boxes, I cut mine to where more of the box shows in the layer. You could increase these cuts by 1/4 of an inch and show less of that box if you wanted that look, but I like to show more of my box, so I cut mine at 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. All right, let's get some adhesive on the back of these. I'm going to be using snail for this. All right. Just line this up on the front and the back of the box. Okay, now we want to add a sentiment. So you're going to need to get a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock and a scrap piece of our silver glitter paper. And the stamp set we're going to be using today, we're going to be using this Happy Birthday, and that is from this stamp set, Happy Happenings. I love this new stamp set in the catalog. It's got so many cute little sentiments. I can see that I'm going to be using this a lot. I really love the Bonjour Beautiful and the Hello Handsome. Those are just really super cute. So this is a really great stamp set if you're looking for to add some sentiments to your collection. So we're going to be using the Happy Birthday. We're going to take some Blushing Bride ink to match our Blushing Bride cardstock. Okay. And then you just stamp your sentiment, Happy Birthday. Get this ink pad out of the way. I always close my ink pads up. It's a habit. Okay, and then you're going to want to take your large oval punch. Now, I still have the whale tail old school punches for some of my punches. I haven't been able to yet upgrade to the new style yet for all of my punches. So I am using some old whale tail punches today, but you will want to use the large oval punch, because that Happy Birthday fits in there perfectly. And then again, I'm using another older style punch. This is the scallop oval punch We do still sell these too. You'll just get them in the new, sleeker, improved design for the punches. Now, we could just leave this glitter paper silver, but what I did on this green box, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera, hopefully that is going to autofocus for you, but what I did for the piece of glitter paper on this box is I wanted it to have a green color to match the rest of the box and the paper. So I actually colored the glitter paper with one of our Stamp and Write markers. It worked out really well. So I'm going to do the same for this one. I'm going to be using the Blushing Bride writing Stamping Write marker. And you just will honestly just color right on. And you'll see that it actually turns the paper, gives it a nice pink color. And this really is a way to get more use out of your glitter paper. You can really add all kinds of colors to it, and you don't just have to use it in the silver color. So hopefully you can see that is pink. I'll try to bring it up closer. I don't know how well my camera is focusing here, but that is pink. If you can't see that, take my word for it. All right, so now we're gonna wanna pop this up on some dimensionals. Just gonna center that right inside this. Okay, pop this up on a couple dimensionals as well. And then we're gonna wanna add the sentiment to the box. So you could, in the other box I put it in the center. You could do it catty-cornered here on the bottom. I think for, just to be different on this box, I will just catty-corner it like that. All right, now we're ready to add the lotion. And the last thing we need to do is actually close the box up. So what we're gonna do here is you're gonna wanna line the two flaps up at the top of the box. You're gonna wanna punch 2 holes in here, and then we're gonna run some ribbon through it to give it a nice closure. So I find that it's easier to pick the box up like this to actually punch the holes. So I apologize, you're not gonna be able to see me actually punching the holes, but hopefully you understand what the idea here of how we're gonna try to close this box. Try to keep your paper lined up. I really could have used one of our clips to kind of keep the box closed while I was trying to punch it, but there you go. You can see I punched a couple holes out. So we're going to be using this beautiful ribbon. This is our Stitch Satin Ribbon. This is in Whisper White. I really love this ribbon. It's easy to work with. It's got a beautiful sheen to it, and I love the stitching. So I'm really digging this ribbon. It's really makes beautiful bows, and they're actually easy to tie with this ribbon. So you're going to want to feed the ribbon through to the back first, and then you're going to want to come up to the front. Again, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to tip this box up so I can see here. Okay, give yourself plenty of ribbon here. Go ahead and make a knot. Okay, and then just tie a bow. And everyone ties their bows a little bit differently. This is kind of how I tie mine. You can use whatever method works best for you. This doesn't always work out when I'm tying this way, but with this ribbon, I find it's very easy to tie bows this way. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, now trim the ribbon. And there you have it. Let me get all this out of the way. How cute is that? So here's the one in Blushing Bride, and here's the one in Mossy Meadow with the other piece of DSP in that pack. So I hope you enjoyed the project today. Remember, these boxes, you don't have to fill it with lotion from Bath & Body Works. These would be great to put little candies in there. You could even do a mini candy bar. You know, it will fit all sorts of things. But I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for stopping by.